Hello Libra and welcome to Wild Wild Westy Tarot. My name is Steve and today I will be delivering for you a basic general reading for the period of the 13th of July to the 19th of July. But before I begin, I want to apologise for not getting everyone's readings out for this week. I've been struck down with various different technical issues and I wasn't able to get all the videos uploaded in time. Okay, with that out of the way, let's get on with the reading. Cards, please show me information for the sign of Libra from the 13th of July to the 19th of July. 5 cards in a row, please. Mood, personal life, health, work, and finances for the week. Okay, so that's mood, personal life, health, work, and finances. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So with your internal mood, the Queen of Pentacles, you are calm, confident, stable, busy perhaps with some household chores, everyday life, for example, and children if you have children, maybe grandchildren. Pentacles are of earth element, so you should be very much down to earth and stable this week on the internal mood. So moving on with your external mood, obviously you've got the Lovers. So with the Lovers as your external state, you will be very open, friendly, sociable during this time. And combining the two states together, the internal and external, you'll definitely be very much more focused on personal life, on communication, more than on social projects or work, for example. It's very much more about for yourself and your personal communication, so sort of close relationships. So it's going to be sort of more about love. It's going to be, I want to be friends, I want to be loved, I want to love. Spend time with people that are close to you. This is definitely a general mood for this week. Speaking of personal life, let's move on to your personal life. We have the Hanged Man. Quite often with the Hanged Man, it's a pause on something, some sort of suspension of the current process. But also with the Hanged Man, it can be looking at things at a different point of view, from a different angle. With the your internal state of the Queen of Pentacles and your external of the Lovers, the Hangman could signify that you're maybe taking a pause from the greater family life and concentrating more on your very close relationships, a loving relationship with someone very close, of course. It seems like you're going to be focusing on just this one important individual rather than the greater family during this week. If you're not actually in a relationship at the moment, this could actually be focusing on a particular passion you have, some sort of hobby, for example, or a talent that you are trying to develop more deeply. If you are currently open to a romantic relationship, this could be a week where you take time to actually focus on yourself, focus on your own desires. Like I say, maybe a hobby you want to develop further. By any way, this is definitely a time for focusing on your own needs and wants. So moving on to health, you have the Five of Pentacles. So you could be feeling a bit unwell this week. That could be also while you're focusing on yourself as well with your personal life. Normally with the Five of Pentacles and health, you're obviously not going to be feeling at your greatest this week. Quite often it's going to be something maybe inflammatory. Quite often with the Five of Pentacles, it's going to be something connected with your skin, something you can touch. So it could be a rash, could be some sort of irritability, And that skin allergy, for example, if you suffer from eczema, that could be a flare up. Another factor with the Five of Pentacles could be an issue with your teeth. There's also potential for something like a common cold, for example, minor viral issue. But if you go by this depiction and the classic depiction of the Five of Pentacles, both show someone walking with crutches. So there may be potentially issues with your legs as well, feet, ankles, for example. So unfortunately not the best of weeks with regards to health, but it should be relatively minor in the grand scheme of things. But it's certainly what would suggest the more inward look upon yourself this week, the more me time, effectively. Okay, let's move on to your work. Five of Cups. Five of Cups is quite often associated with some sort of disappointment. So something maybe not worked out as expected at work. This also could be a case of if you are currently off work for a sick leave, this could be disappointment that you weren't at work to complete some project, for example, or to connect with someone that you would have done if you were at work. If you are at work and you are feeling under the weather, there might be some mistakes or some disagreements at work, for example, which mistakes are more likely given the fact that you're not feeling 100% for sure. But given the Five of Clubs, it always tends to be some positives that are hidden as well. So it might be a case of, yes, maybe there is a mistake made because you're not feeling so good, but it's only going to be something minor, and there might be other good things that you miss along the way. Again, could be because you're feeling sick, under the weather. It's also a possibility that maybe there was a mistake made before you laid eyes on this document or information or something that wasn't actually your fault, and you've not picked up on it straight away, and hence the disappointment. So there may be an aspect here where it's not actually directly your fault, but you may be, like I say, disappointed that you wasn't catch this error right from the start. I'll say again though, any issue with regards to work with the Five of Cups would only be minor. It's certainly not certainly not worth getting wound up about, becoming anxious about. It's not worth your nerves, honestly. If you are currently looking for work, this unfortunately could be a case of you've gone to the interview and they've not hired you. Therefore, hence the disappointment. But again, if this just happened, it's going to be for a reason. There'll be something better coming your way, and this disappointment will protect you and guide you towards the something better that's coming along very shortly. Okay, let's move on to your finances. And we have Temperance. Temperance is all about balance, so it won't be a case of you'll have some big jackpot this week. It's going to be, or some big bonus. It's going to be a case of having just the right amount for your needs. Just normal income and expenditures, with nothing too much one way or the other. No great expense, no great bonus of income either. It's very much balanced and stable. It's also an indication that you should very much keep a check on your finances this week. Count every penny, and wherever possible to save. Try not to spend on things, and try and put some money away for any potential hiccups in the road ahead. The main thing here is not to overdo things with regards to spending. Okay, let's move on to a card of advice. Okay, cards, please give me a card of advice for Libra for the week of 13th to 19th of July, please. One card of advice, please. And we have The High Priestess. So, with the High Priestess as your card of advice, it suggests that this is time for inward reflection, trust your intuition. You already know the answers, you just need to pay attention to the subtle signs and keep your plans confidential for now. Really trust in your instincts. Don't search for external validation, for example. Really is playing things by your gut feelings. Embrace any sort of times for quiet reflection, even meditation, rather than looking for external sources of validation for what you're doing and how you're doing it. Okay, let's have a quick recap. So, with the Lovers and the Queen of Pentacles as your internal and external mood, it is very much, again with the High Priestess card for advice, it's very much a time for concentrating on yourself, thinking of your needs, internally reflecting. With a Hangman, you've obviously got to pause in the family life in general. Again, this will be because you need to reflect and concentrate on yourself this time. Five of Pentacles, again, not so great. Unfortunately, it does look like there's going to be some ailments of some kind. Some disappointment of work, but overall finances are balanced, so no major dramas there. I hope you found this reading both informative and entertaining. However, remember that this is just a general reading and may not resonate with everyone. If you would like a personal reading, the email to contact me will be in the description box below this video. Please look out for my short videos in the coming days here on YouTube, Instagram and TikTok, where I'll be letting the Westies do some readings too. For more in-depth general readings, I will soon be launching my Patreon service, where I will cover more on relationships and careers in much more detail. In addition, there will also be some bonus readings on various different topics of interest. All the links to all of my social media will be in the description box on the channel homepage. Please like, subscribe and comment on this video, and I hope you will pay me a visit on my next video. Until then, goodbye for now.